Today's review is a around 2002 Shocktech SFL Emag, with SFL standing for super effing light. So they also did a few autococker lines with the SFL name, including they did a 2009. So this is almost all stock. It's got the original matching one-piece boomstick. Actually, right here you can see kind of a cautionary tale. If the battery pack leaks, it can cause damage to the anno, so I'm going to have that redone, but luckily that's this pewter is not a very hard color to match. So a couple things that obviously stand out is the milling, as well as we'll get into a little bit of the difference between the milling on this and an X-Mag and a non-CNC Emag Extreme. So first of all, it's got a stainless Emag valve, the RT valve. It does not have an X valve level 10 and all that. It's got some milling in the pockets in the grip frame, which I haven't seen before on the other ones, and just the overall milling you can see is just really nice. It's got dual ball detents in the vertical module, and it only came with a vertical module. It didn't come with a warp module from the factory, though mine at least works with it fine. I've heard other ones have issues with them working right. It's got engraving on the valve that says Shochteck. I don't know if you can see that. And obviously engraving on the warp module. The actual software run on it, it says Shochteck 2.1. And this one actually does not have the anti-chop eye, so no ace on here. A lot of them were retrofitted after the fact with these, and then the kind of the stock vertical feed without the clamping feed neck. This view is looking at the vertical module and looking to see the difference between a SFL Emag, a European Emag Extreme, the kind of the non-CNC, and then the CNC. So this is admittedly not what the stock one looks like, but you can get a feel from the side. One of the things that stands out is, first of all, the SFL generally had this non-ribbed feed neck. It's a 7/8. This is the Emag Extreme, and what was stock on a lot of CNC X-Mags. This is actually a replacement CCM feed neck, but the X-Mag had a milling line. The CNC had a milling line right here. None on the Euro. And then the SFL had a SFL engraved. And actually, one of the interesting things is it appears there's extra milling on the inside. I'm not exactly clear what that's for, but that is one difference that I've seen on this particular one, as well as the absence or presence of set screws. So again, you can see there's no anti-chop eye in here, but this is a look so you can compare the difference in milling between a Euro non-CNC and the SFL. The biggest area I see is the lightened milling around the valve. So actually, if you look at this, there's no Z-lock pin on here because there's no place for it to go, and mine actually has a set screw in that last hole on the body that goes into the valve. I'm not sure if other SFLs have that, or if that's particular to mine, but as you look at the milling differences, quite a bit was taken off. And this last view is just the CNC X-Mag compared to an SFL, so an admittedly not exactly stock CNC X-Mag. Overall, the SFL is a cool gun. They're very hard to get. This is the most expensive gun in my collection, sadly. And there were only around 35 to 50 of them made. So there's actually a good site, sflemag.com, that has owners lists and pictures of all of them and all that jazz. So anyways, that's it.